के नागाहां तेरा इंतजार करूं। उसके बाद एक मेरा छोटा सा शेर है, वो है कितने तमन्नाओं का कत्ल किया है मैंने, कितनी तमन्नाओं का कत्ल किया है मैंने, तो कुछ आखिरी आशार मेरे खून ने, तो कुछ आखिरी आशार मेरे खून से रंगे होंगे। आह ना निकलेगी, खराब हालों से रक्त बढ़ा लिया मैंने, खराब हालों से रक्त बढ़ा लिया मैंने, किताबों से चेहरा छुपा लिया मैंने। क्या बात है। खराब हालों से रक्त बढ़ा लिया मैंने, किताबों से चेहरा छुपा लिया मैंने। उकताया फिरता था अनजाने चेहरों से अक्सर मैं, उकताया फिरता था अनजाने चेहरों से अक्सर मैं, तो अपने कमरे में ही आईना लगा लिया मैंने। अब थोड़ा हम बात करते हैं, थोड़ा आजकल टॉपिक चल रहा है कि क्यारे क्यारे बहुत ज्यादा कॉमेंट चल रही है सरजमी, क्यों जल रही है सरजमी, क्यों जल रहा है ये गुलिस्तान, अपनी कैसी जिद पर काबिज है यह नादा इंसान। लाल हो चला है लहू से रंग जमीन का, लाल हो चला है लहू से रंग जमीन का, कैसा सौदा कर रहा है ये अपने ज़मीर का। क्यों शर्मसार तू कर रहा है उस पाक नाम को, शर्मसार तू कर रहा है उस पाक नाम को, क्यों घूरता है हज को तू, क्यों कोसता है राम को। क्या बात है। क्यों कोसता है हज को तू, क्यों घूरता है राम को, क्यों मजहब नाम पर बांटता है इंसान तू, क्यों मजहब के नाम पर बांटता है इंसान तू, क्या चाहता है जिंदगी से तू, नादान तू, परेशान तू। सबको फना करके तू खुद कहाँ जाएगा, सबको फना करके तू खुद कहाँ जाएगा, फिर तेरे सन्नाटों में बस गर्दिश के निशान पाएगा। क्या तू वही इंसान है, क्या तू वही इंसान है जिसे खुदा ने तराशा है, क्या तू वही इंसान है जिसे खुदा ने तराशा है। ऐ खुदगर्ज तूने फुर्सत में अपनी गैरत को तलाशा है। कभी अपने अक्स से डर तुझे लगता होगा, कभी अपने अक्स से डर तुझे लगता होगा, अपने गुनाहों की आग में तू भी कभी जलता होगा। करके इतने गुनाह क्या तेरी रूह चैन पाएगी, करके इतने गुनाह क्या तू तेरी रूह चैन पाएगी। इंसाफ होगा तेरा भी जब उल्फत की घड़ी आएगी, इंसाफ होगा तेरा भी जब उल्फत की घड़ी आएगी। अब लगता है टाइम हो रहा, तो आखिरी शेर भी बहुत है शेर, तो आखिरी शेर। सरहदें हैं कायम हर जगह, सरहदें हैं कायम हर जगह, दिलों में भी कभी झांक कर तो देखो। सरहदें हैं कायम हर जगह, दिलों में भी कभी झांक कर तो देखो। पूछेगा ना कोई तुमसे मजहब तुम्हारा, पूछेगा ना कोई तुमसे मजहब तुम्हारा, किसी भूखे से रोटी बांट कर तो देखो। पूछेगा ना तुमसे कोई मजहब तुम्हारा, किसी भूखे से रोटी बांट कर तो देखो। खाक हो जाएगा गुरूर तूने ओढ़ा है ये जो, खाक हो जाएगा गुरूर तूने ओढ़ा है ये जो, कभी कपड़ों की किस्में छाट कर तो देखो।
So two things really quick. One is habits that we Punjabis have. Jat khas kar. Right? I can make fun of jats because I'm one. So we think we're the cat's whiskers. You know? We think we are the best, and everybody else thinks we're not. तो जेडी जलसा होंदा, जलसा जेडी जुटी होंदी है, वो पागे ऐसी अमरीका में जलसा पागे। I went, basically I was just walking down the street and this woman stopped me and said, "Why are you wearing these elf shoes?" So we do look like elves, really. And the other habit that we Punjabis have, last our jats again, we always want to tell somebody who are fathers. I came back from the US 3 years ago and trust me, everybody wanted to tell me, "Tenu pata nahi mera pyo kaun." So पहला ना मैं सोचा है, मैं क्या बिना उसका रिकलेक्ट, मैं क्या मैंने क्यों दास हो? As long as I'm not your father, don't tell me. I'm your father, then tell me. Okay. That's what we're here to celebrate. We all love animals. Show of hands. We're going to do exercise right now. How many of you love animals? Okay. How many of you hate animals? Rania, इसको पीछे ले. Okay. How many of you, we still keep on doing show of hands. How many of you think stealing is wrong? चोरी करना पाप है कौन मानता है चोरी करना पाप है? काफी कोई आप नहीं मानते? You guys hear me? You got this?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you're vegan, what is really a vegan? A vegan is somebody who really loves animals, but that's not it. That's just the beginning, right? If you think it's bad to steal, do you think it's bad to pick up money that doesn't belong to you? Show of hands. Bad to pick up money that doesn't belong to you. Would you steal a purse?
No.
Would you shoplift at a store?
No.
Would you steal somebody's skin to wear it on your feet as shoes? Did you think about that? Or you kill that animal just so you can wear it on your shoes, or carry a purse with it? Wrong, right? Is it bad to steal a toy from a baby? Yes? No? Bad to steal a toy?
Yes.
Is it bad to steal milk from a calf?
Yes.
That belongs to the calf and not us. So all of us are stealing. We don't blink twice before stealing an animal's life. So that's what veganism essentially is. Would you steal a chicken's embryo? A chicken's embryo, think about it. You're stealing a chicken's embryo and eating it for breakfast. अगर कोई और मेहनत करता है, आप उसकी मेहनत को चुराना चाहते हो? नहीं? तो आप उन मधुमक्खियों से मधु क्यों चुराते हो जो सारी जिंदगी उनको सिर्फ इकट्ठा करती रहती हैं? Why do we steal honey from them? Did anybody think about that? So what really is vegan? The fact that you love animals? That's part of it. The way I define a vegan is somebody who does not take what does not rightfully belong to you. Be it somebody's skin, be it their life, be it their embryo, be it their milk, be it anything that they worked hard on. We didn't deserve it. Now you think मैंने दूध वाले को तो 50 रुपए दिए थे, लेकिन आपने गाय को नहीं दिए 50 रुपए. दूध वाले का कोई हक नहीं है उस बछड़े से दूध चुराने का. That's what veganism means. We do not steal. All of you else, you're all thieves. Whoever's not a vegan is a thief. Doesn't mean I'm better than you. We try and reduce cruelty in this world, but we talk about veganism. So my name is Inder Sandhu, and I am a vegan. Our next performer is Arshpreet Khadiyal, and he's going to give us a speech. Arshpreet, please. Give it up for him.
Could somebody put my phone over here? Could somebody put the phone over here and make a video of me?
Hand over to them. You see, who's live?
Hello? Am I audible? Yeah. So, very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, it's a delight and a happiness that I've been given this opportunity to perform in front of you all. Now, I happen to be somebody who gives a motivational speech. I'm sure all of you would be having a perception that it's going to be boring us, it's going to be tedious, and we're not just know it's not going to be that way. It's going to be very different. It's going to be something that I would have never experienced before, and something that would change your life, and that is something that I can guarantee for. Now, I happen to be somebody who's been doing debates, conventional ones, unconventional ones, declamations, extemporaries, elocutions, youth parliaments, group discussions, poetry, spell bee, motivational speech, stand-up comedy, and whatnot. I've been doing all sorts of things. I've been to Harvard University twice for a conference. I've been to Cambridge, Oxford. I've been performing everywhere. I've been doing all sorts of competitions. And I've been winning a lot of achievements. I've been winning a lot of laurels and a lot of awards, and I have a lot of achievements. Now the reason as to why I have been going ever since and haven't really stopped is what I'm going to be sharing with you. Now everybody sitting here has a negative perception about death. Now death is something that is not so bad. Now imagine a world where everybody would have lived forever, nobody would have died. The people who were living in the 19th century, they died in 20th century. The people who were living in the 20th century died in 2100. Now there's one guarantee that I can give you on in every decade, which is that none of you is going to be alive in 2150. Now that is something that I can give you as a guarantee. That is something that I can promise you for. Now since we are very aware of the fact that we are not going to be there in 2150, and there is no guarantee that you are even going to be there in 2020. I mean, nobody knows what's going to happen next. I might not survive for the next 18 hours, I might not survive for the next 18 days, for the next 180 days, you never know what's going to happen. So when you are very well aware of the fact that you have a very short span of life, that you are temporary, that you are mortal, why would you even waste a single minute of your life? You're going to be making sure that you leave no stone unturned to make your life from miserable, from getting to the top of the food chain, from doing everything and anything that it takes for you to get what you want, to meet your aspirations, to fulfill your ambitions, and not stopping there. Now death is something that is important. Death is something that is nice. Now all of us have to think that we are very significant, that we are big, we are humongous, we aren't that, guys. We are very small. We happen to be living on a planet which is Earth. There is one universe which is humongous, which is gigantic, and then there are so many galaxies, zillions of galaxies on one galaxy. There are so many planets on one galaxy. We happen to be living on a planet which is a part of one galaxy, and out of that one planet we have total 8 planets. Now out of that one planet on which we are living, Earth, we happen to be living in one country which is India, which is out of so many countries, and out of that country we are living in one state which is Punjab or Haryana, wherever you will be dwelling from, and then in that we are living and dwelling in Chandigarh, which is UT. Now imagine what a size is, guys. A size is that of an ant, and what we do, what we say does not really make any difference, because our voice has to stop one day. Our voice has to vanish into the thin air one day, and when you and I are going to be lying on the deathbed, nothing would matter. Nobody would be bothered. Now tell me one thing, when I'm going to be dying, when I'm going to be there on my deathbed, my family is going to be crying, my friends are going to be crying, my relatives are going to be crying. Would any one of you sitting here even know that I've died, or that I'm no more there? All your lives are going to be working as smooth as it used to be before I was, when I was, and when I would not. You would be unhampered, unbothered, undisturbed. Nobody would even know that something of this sort has happened. There was a chap, Arsh, who is no more there in the world. Indeed, my family would cry for what? A month. My friends would cry for what? A week. My relatives would cry for what? A couple days. Then what? I'm gone. It's over. And now that I know that it's all going to be coming to an end, it's all going to get over, why would I not make the most out of this limited time that I have in myself? I'm not going to be stopping. I'm not going to be sitting idle. I'm going to be making sure that I stand, I walk, I run, I fly, I fail, I fall, I make mistakes. Stop. And that is what I would urge you to do. No matter what it is, no matter what your realm is, no matter what your space of work is, you got to go there, you got to work, you got to put in your 100%, be the hardest worker in the room, because you know at times we take our lives for granted. We don't have to take our lives for granted, because there are just 2 important things that one has to have in his or her life, and these 2 things, if you have in your life, you can achieve anything that you want. One is being healthy, and second is being alive. Now if in case you're not alive, in case you're not healthy, no matter what you do, no matter what you have, it's all useless. But if in case you have these 2 things, you don't know what you can do, you don't know what you're capable of, and you don't know which heights you can clinch upon. Now guys, if in case you do not value your freedom, go talk to somebody who's lying, languishing in the jail, you would know what the value of freedom is. You would know how important your freedom is, how important, how significant it is for you to be able to move, for you to be able to go wherever you want, for you to be able to talk to anyone, and for you to be able to decide anything that you want to do in your life. But these people who are sitting in jail cannot really do that. These people who are lying in hospitals on their beds, they cannot do that, guys. So that is from where you can imagine how significant and how important your health is. Now the person who cannot see, the person who cannot speak, the person who cannot hear is the kind of person that you should go and talk to, and then will you realize how important your life is, how important your health is, and how important it is for you to be appreciating what you have to do, which is being healthy and which is being alive, guys. So stop taking your life for granted, because you never know when is it going to come to an end, and stop being depressed, and stop being oh my God, we are just over. What are we gonna do? I think that I should commit suicide. That is something which is a coward's way off. Now why? Suicide is a temporary. Actually, what a problem is temporary. Suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. A person who is anxious is living in the future. A person who is depressed is living in the past, and a person who is at peace is living in the present. And that is what I am. Is there even a single person here who's satisfied with his or her life, fully satisfied, who does not even have one thing or one concern in his or her mind? Give me a chair. Is there even a single person who's fully satisfied, who's content? There's just one. Any other? There are three. Oh, Namita, you do have to be one of them. All right. That's good. Oh, so guys, this is important. Now the percentage here is what? 2% out of the 100% who are sitting here are satisfied with their life. Why are the other ones not? Because we are just wasting our times. Because we are not waking up early in the morning. We are not going to the gym. We are not going to the work. We are not doing anything that it takes for us to succeed, for us to do what we want, for us to be able to achieve anything and everything that it takes for us to get where we want to get, guys. Now guys, three things that I love the most are making mistakes, failing and falling. No matter what the other person thinks about you, no matter what their perception is about you, no matter what their perspective is about you, at the end of the day, if you're content, if you're satisfied from what you've done, from what you've achieved, it does not really make any difference as to what other people think about you. Now people like Narendra Modi, people like Rahul Gandhi, do they bother to what millions of people say about them behind their back, on their face? Does not actually make a difference. You get going with that, you get accustomed to it, you get used to all sorts of things, and once you have this perception, no matter what I do, no matter what I say, no matter what I have, it's perfectly alright. No matter what the other person has to think about me, has to say about me, has to perceive about me, does not really matter. I'm satisfied, I'm content, and I'm gonna keep continuing to do what I have to do, guys. And that is the kind of perception and the zeal and zest all of you should have. Now, there are a lot of people who are afraid of death. Now, had death not been there, Gagan, you would have not been able to have the house that you're living in today. Namita, you would have not been able to have the kind of car that you have today because roads would have been occupied. The road would have vanished into the thin air, and you would have not been able to live the kind of life that we are living, guys. We would have suffocated ourselves to death, and the small planet Earth, which we think is humongous, which we think is alive, would have suffocated itself to death, guys. So know that you're very insignificant. Know that you're very small. Know that it does not really make a difference as to what you do, what you have, what you say, what you act. It's perfectly alright. Now guys, I might be looking foolish to some people, but I might be looking good to some people as well. At the end of the day, it's for me to decide what I have to think. And because it is ultimate slavery, if in case, Gagan, you have given somebody else the power, or Navita, if you have given somebody else the power to make you feel happy, you feel sad or angry,